Each afternoon, real setups are broken down with entry strategies and the technical reasoning behind every trade. This is today's best trade setups with Verified Investing.
Welcome to today's best trade setups. My name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. Some of the semiconductor sector are ripping today, like MU is up pretty substantially, actually just crossed a $1 trillion level. Stocks like NVIDIA, though, are selling off, getting into some really good support. USO is getting a nice pullback. We have this break of this upsloping trend line that I'm going to go over, and the 10-year yield is into a lot of support. Not only that, but the quantum stocks are getting a nice drawdown today as well. I have some support levels for you on a couple of those as well. So here's the first thing we're going to do is get into the 10-year yield. So here's this pivot top of resistance. This candle closed above this resistance level and then got confirmed below it again the following couple days. Now we're getting into this pivot top of support. This solidified the fact that this is a lot of resistance at the 4.628% level on the 10-year yield. This support level right here that was previous resistance got broken above, and now we're into a lot of resist or support right at this level. 4.486 is that support. If it does break there, you do have a little bit more support. Connect this pivot low here, secondary pivot. If it does drop down to about 4.433, this is going to be your additional support on the 10-year yield. This could signify that the markets are starting to top if we can get another push above this 4.556 level and then reattack this resistance at 4.682. Once the 10-year yield starts to pop even more, that usually puts a lot of pressure on the stock market. Speaking of, let's take a look at USO. Here's a pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit. Price action did break below this upsloping support trend line. However, it got recaptured, and then all of a sudden it hit for the third time. This was the fourth hit. Now we're below it. We haven't made a continuation move to the downside. So what I'm looking at in the next few trading days is what happens at this prior gap in the charts at 138.66. If we can recapture this support level, previous support level, now resistance, and this now previous upsloping trendline support level, which is now resistance, we recapture that, then all of a sudden we're going to make a nice surge to the upside on USO, which could put it all the way back up to about 150 or 149.39. That's where your additional resistance is going to be. So we have to monitor what happens. If we can get a continued sell-off or another move to the downside below 135.94, then all of a sudden we've broken this upsloping trendline support, and then we're going to have a nice sell-off in the chart of USO. ASTS is having a great surge up today. ASTS did have some positive news with what SpaceX did. So 129.89 is going to be a major resistance level. Previous all-time high from the 30th of January, 2026 is going to be the rejection level. So if price action can pull up to that level, that is where I'm going to short this for a day trade, knowing that I could stop out on a 15-minute closing basis above that resistance level, and then I would stop out. I would look for a pretty substantial pullback, at least a 2 to 3% move, and this would be a short scalp. On a swing trade basis, I don't have any levels until it gets quite a bit higher on the chart of ASTS. MU, here's this hidden trend line we've been monitoring for some time. Pivot low here, secondary hit, third hit, price gap below it, got rejected once it retested it. Today could be a close above. This could indicate, now it has to confirm above for it to continue the move to the upside. Just because it closes doesn't guarantee that there's going to be a continuation move. What I want to see is what happens in the next few days. This is on the back of an upgrade, could go up as high as $1,600, which is absolutely insane considering it was $312.15 back at the lows of the 30th of March, 2026. This is way overly extended, and you're having some good volatility in the stock. So for me, this is signaling more of a top than a move or a continuation move to the upside. Now, if we do confirm above or get above $900 and then continue that move, obviously then that is a continuation move. However, if price action fails to confirm or continue the move above it and fails to get above $900, then all of a sudden you're going to have a massive sell-off. You're coming down into at least $776.01. That's a previous gap in the charts. for me, I'm looking for this low pivot to eventually be taken out at $652, this gap in the charts. And then below that, there is not a ton of support until you get back down to $461.54. So this is where my, basically where the swing trade level would be as far as a take profit, $461.54. That's where ultimately I think MU is heading down to. NVIDIA is having a really, it was up pre-market. However, it's getting a nice sell-off. I have this upswing trend line. This is the third hit right into a lot of support at $212.47. So here's this upswing trend line. Pivot low here, secondary hit. This would be the third hit. It's actually hitting there now. The ideal situation would have been closing or getting to this level on Friday, but still $212.47 is your aggressive swing trade long level, because you not only have this upswing trend line here, but you've also got this pivot top. So that's a dual confluence area that gives you an idea of where the support is sitting for the chart of NVIDIA. What we're monitoring is what happens with this upswing trend line. If it does break below, closes below $212.47 on a daily closing basis with a continuation move, then that trade would no longer be valid. And then we're looking at a breakdown of this upsloping trend line, and that would give way to the price action hitting down to $195.29. But those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, this is the area of support. First level is right here at this third hit. Next level of support is $212.47 if you're a little bit more conservative for a swing trade. QBTS, there's some really positive news, but there's also some negative news on this. This could be the quantum wave, or QBTS, as well as Rigetti and some of the other stocks, could be setting up for the next cyber attack. The more quantum computing, because of the power of quantum computing, the more advanced it gets, the more likely we are to actually get into some sort of a conundrum with cybersecurity. And so this could wreak havoc on the banking industry. It could be as valued as, according to the article I read, about $3 trillion. That could not be, potentially couldn't be safe because of the advancement of quantum computing. So it's positive that the US government is starting to invest in this. However, the more mainstream this gets, the more likely there is for other countries to get a hold of it and then start attacking our systems. So again, quantum computing as well as this AI craze is great news, but it also comes with a lot of risk. So my support level on QBTS, if it drops down a little bit more today, $24.77. Those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, you could look for this gap in the charts at $25.79. But for me, because of this low pivot point here, this price consolidation and this pivot top here, this is where I'd look to pick this up for a day trade on QBTS. Let's go ahead and jump into RGTI as well. So Rigetti, same situation, did get a nice rejection off of this pivot top here. Actually went up to this secondary pivot top, but now we're getting a nice sell-off. For me, $22.04 would be a nice day trade level on Rigetti if it does get to that level. Into it, again, it did have earnings. It hasn't played out. Now it's creating this nice bear flag on top of this support at 306.61. For today, if we can break that level, I would look to go long on a day trade at $283.26. You zoom out in the charts and look at this pivot top here, as well as all of this price consolidation. This could be setting up for a great swing trade. However, we've got to wait a couple more days for this bear flag to potentially form. And then it could tell us a couple different things. Either we're going to get to this downsloping trend line breakout and then retrace and then continue higher, or we're going to continue the bear flag breakdown, and then we're going to shoot down to this $283.26 level for the first level of support. ARM had this nice push to the upside, went slightly negative. Now we're creeping up on the chart of ARM. It got as high as $325. For those of you who are a little bit more aggressive, that appears of $325 today would be your day trade level, knowing that you could always stop out if it does close above $325 on a 15-minute closing basis. That would be your stop out level. Great entry price, potentially, especially after this big sell-off. It dropped as much as 7.74%. So this tells you that there's some volatility going into today. So if we can get that pullback off of that level, or a decent pullback 2 to 3% from the 325 level. That's where you take advantage of a day trade today. DE still needs a little bit more downside. 507.74 is still the area that I'm looking at as far as support. If it can get down there today or tomorrow, that is where I'm looking to pick this up for a day trade. AutoZone has a nice drawdown today. It actually beat earnings, and now it's down over 9%. $2,979 is where I'm looking to play this for a day trade. You got this low pivot, previous gap in the charts, as well as a green bar opening candle. $2,979.96 is that day trade level. I do have this measured move. This did have a head and shoulders pattern. This would be the measured move if it continued to play out. And this downside target would be right here at 26.08. So this is why this is my day trade level. If AutoZone does start closing below this, this is why it's not a swing trade level yet. Then you're going to come down to this pivot top here, as well as all this price consolidation right in this area at around 27.50. And then ultimately, I think the downside measured move, the downside target is 26.08. And then we've already gone over QUBT. So we don't, oh no, that was QBTS. So QBT, here's my long level today. If we can get another surge or a move to the downside, it did fill this gap already. This was a little bit too aggressive. Now what I would be looking for is this great red bar candle open, previous gap in the charts. As you can see, it's respected this chart pattern before. And so $10.18 is a kind of a swing trade level for QUBT as well. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon. Hopefully some of these setups can play out by 2:30. If they're not there by 2:30, then these levels are off the table. So it gives you about a 2-hour window for these to get into some specific levels. Make sure that you have a nice tight stop out when you're entering these trades, and then we can take advantage of the moves if they go in the correct direction. So that's what I have for you guys. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Benjamin Poole, head trader here at Verified Investing. And thank you so much for all the comments. I do read them all, even though I don't reply. And if you guys are getting something out of this, please make sure you're liking, following, subscribing, and ringing that bell so you can get notified when these videos go out. You guys have a great rest of your day and take care.